was upset about something. So she goes to his house. They get into a small shoving match. This woman ultimately calls her brother and some of her brother's friends, and she sent them text messages basically saying, go shoot the house up, bring harm to this brother's life. You see what I'm saying? Keeping in mind that there's a video of their altercation, and he didn't throw her down like she said. He didn't do some of these things, but this sister called her brother and some of his homeboys. They went to this dude's house, right, looking to fuck him up. So the situation occurred, and they end up fighting him, jumping him. His brother was there. His mom was there. Ultimately, being that they in the South and this brother got his own pistol, he seen that some of the dudes that came to harm him had guns. He went and got his gun. Long story short, he shot one of them and killed him. He shot another one and injured him. But this story, and it was really important to me to talk about this because, man, look, it's important that we protect our women and we make sure that they stay out of harm's way. As a man, I do believe that's a part of your job. You feel me? But let's keep it real, family. All too often in society, women can be manipulative. Women can lie. Women can tell stories that may not be the truth. So this woman said he hit me, he threw me on the ground. After the court case and everything came out, it showed that that didn't happen, right? So we've all know situations where your sister or your mama or your cousin that's a female was going through some shit with a man and they call you and you want to jump into action. Well, we need to be careful. First, we need to be careful of what type of woman is your sister. Let's keep that shit real because she could be putting you in harm's way because she sent her family to this man's house. He ended up killing one of them. Come to find out, he didn't even do half the shit she said he did. This is a problem, family. This is a domestic situation we're talking about. But to keep it real, looking at society that we live in today, this happens today in bigger instances where we have black celebrities or men who get attacked or get accused of something. And it's almost like we assume that it's correct until we see it's false. You see? So I understand, especially being a black man and knowing what goes on in my community, I do think it's important to protect black women. But y'all women, y'all be on some bullshit sometime. You can't send a man on a mission like that where you in your emotions about something that happened in your relationship and you send him over there to fight, not knowing what's going to happen. See, this happens in this type of situation. This happens in rape allegations, i.e. Tupac or Mike Tyson, right? Bill Cosby, all these men who, yeah, there may have been something they done incorrectly, but the gravity of it, the level of it that was expressed by the woman may not be true at all. But we're conditioned in society to say, okay, let's protect her. She must be telling the truth. And that's not the guy, and that's not the goddamn truth. Women lie. You see what I'm saying? So we need to be aware of that. So this sister, and I didn't have the audio to share with you guys, but she went on the stand during his trial, made a mockery of herself. Long story short, the brother Travis Rudolph got out of jail. They acquitted him on all charges because he basically said it was self-defense. Some dudes showed up at his mama house. 4 dudes showed up at his mama house, which they have on camera. 1 or 2 of them had guns, so he had to defend himself. But the premise of this conversation is, why did this shit start? See, this started from a woman being emotional and using her version of the truth to talk about shit, and it ended up getting people she loved murdered. You see? So all of us who have women in our life, we need to be clear about that. Like if your sister or your cousin or a female in your family that you love is going to call you about some shit she going through with her boyfriend or a dude she fucking with, y'all need to make sure that's 100. Because cause look, 40 said it a long time ago. Cum is thicker than blood. So you may think you're going over there to solve a problem, and 3 weeks later, she right back with his ass. Now you and him funking because y'all had to fight, but she back with him. So yeah, protect the women in your family, but let's be cautious about how we approach this shit. Because in my opinion, this woman, Dominique Jones is her name. She orchestrated this whole thing. She should go to jail too. She should get a small amount of jail time, probation. She should be punished. Because let's think about it. What happens to women in our society who create false accusations? Do they go to jail? Is there any type of ramification? This ain't cool. Because I think in today's time, I think some women get older and recall a situation that could have happened, and they just making shit up because they know they're lawyers and different type of attorneys that's waiting for you to bring them something like this because they know it can damn near be a layup. They know how society view women and how they need to be protected. So this is a manipulation tactic. You see what I'm saying? So what we need to do in our country is we need to start arresting women who lie. If you lie about a man raping you, if you lie about a man beating you or doing something nefarious and he end up getting jail time for it, your ass need to go to jail too. Like everybody needs to be held accountable, family. So shout out to the brother Travis Rudolph, man, because to my understanding, he went to Florida State, spent 3 years there, was a hell of a player, only spent a small stint in the NFL. He's saying now he's looking to go back to playing football, but this woman fucked his life up. And the one of the other parts that's really important to me, she was married. What kind of shit is that? I've heard men mention this though, where they're married or in a relationship and they fucking around with somebody else, and that woman gets mad when you fucking around with somebody else. That's what kind of brain fuck is that? Like this woman was wrong, and if you Google it on the stand, she was made to look like a fool, and that's rightfully so, family. We can't just run off and agree with everything a woman say. We can't agree with anything, just everything anybody say. You see? But women get a pass in our society, and we need to be able to admit that shit. So shout out to that brother Travis Rudolph. He's out of jail now. He was on house arrest.